I know you had good games before these last couple off shooting nights, but how are you feeling physically, and especially at the defensive end? I know you're working hard down there. How are you holding up physically?
Feeling great. Tonight as a whole, I didn't find a rhythm early. Had some decent looks from three that could have changed the momentum of the game early in the first half, but for the most part, it's just a frustrating night all the way around. They made some adjustments, got other guys involved, and they made plays, and that's kind of how a series like this is going to be. Game after game, it's going to be a chess match, and tonight we just didn't make enough plays to stop the momentum in this building, and that was the difference in the game. You know, P.J. Tucker, Trevor Ariza, Eric Gordon, they stepped up tonight, so we got to be ready for that kind of aggressiveness from them in Game 3. Keep doing what we're doing.
Matt Musil with KHOU 11. Hey, Steph, you mentioned momentum. You guys had come back, got to within 11 early in the fourth, and then they went on a big 19-2 run. What happened at that point?
They made shots, and I think we were just a step slow on our rotations and our switches. Guys got into the paint. I mean, we know their MO is isolation, trying to get dribble drives, get the ball in the paint. The difference between Game 1 and Game 2 is they were finding guys on the wings and corners, and they were knocking down shots. So we'll look at the film, obviously, to figure out where the kinks in the armor were. But it's just one of those nights where they knew that they had to do, and they did it. And we gotta respond with some more aggressiveness and more discipline on the defensive end.
Hey, Steph, Mark Medina, Bay Area News Group. When you look at the 15 turnovers and the 7 in the first quarter, what do you think accounted for those overall?
Just, I think a couple of them in the first half were just rushed. They tried to play a little bit more physical in that first quarter, but it really shouldn't have bothered us the way it did. They were unforced turnovers. Thinking a guy was going to be in a place and he wasn't, trying to thread the needle with a pass. We knew that if we came out in the first 6 minutes and really made them work and got some good looks, whether we made them or missed them, it could have put ourselves in a much better position on the attack. And when you talk about it and you know what you got to do and you don't do it, that's a frustrating feeling. So that set the tone for the game pretty much, and then they ran with it.
Steph, over here, Dan Weinke with the Los Angeles Times. It seemed like somewhere along in the game they decided to attack you a lot off of the dribble. Is there
surprise?
Is there a physical toll to being in that one-on-one defensive situation repeatedly?
Not if you were, just I guess one step ahead of it. And tonight I think that was the difference. We were trying to be too cute with our exchanges and our switches and all that stuff instead of just manning up playing one-on-one defense. Whether they score or not, as hard as we're working on the defensive end, they're working that as hard on the offensive end to get shots up. So that was the difference between Game 1 and Game 2. They made a asserted effort to turn those one-on-one situations into a little bit more ball movement, and we were just a step slow, myself included.
Jay Russell, 12 News in Beaumont. Steph, I think at one time in the first half, you guys were shooting 1 of 8 from three-point land. Does Coach Kerr tell you guys to keep shooting, or are you more willing to drive it in?
You got to just read the defense in every possession. Their game plan is try to stay as close to that three-point line to make us drive. We had some decent looks. I'm thinking about my first 4 shots, 1 in transition, 2 off a pick and roll. Pretty good looks. Like I said, it's a make or miss league, obviously, and they made the shots, we didn't. But for the entirety of the game, we just got to just be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more, I think, assertive on the offensive end. When the ball is in your hand, make a play for yourself or for a teammate, and that'll soften them up a little bit.
Steph, in the center, Kim Davis from Chalk Talk. You sound exactly like the Rockets did on Monday night, talking about having to get into transition defense, having to do what you do. Is that going to be, as you said, a chess match for this series, what we should expect?
Yeah, two great teams, and they're gonna make adjustments, and the little things for us that we know can feed right into the way that they play, turnovers, not communicating on the defensive end and giving them open looks from three. That's what fuels their offense. And then we always talk about what we do great and what they do great. Something's got to give, and tonight they executed a little bit better. And obviously now the cliche is we came here and we did what we were supposed to do, and it's 1-1 and yada, yada, yada. But that's a good feeling, better than the alternative. And now we got to go home and recalibrate, figure out what how to get the momentum back on our side, get our home crowd into it, and it should be in good shape.
Staff Melissa Rowland, Barry News Group. With so many guys kind of struggling a bit tonight, what did you think of the way Kevin Durant tried to shoulder the load and just sort of his overall play throughout the playoffs so far?
He's been amazing, and he's making plays. He's just aggressive, and I think we all need to feed off of that focus and that determination. So I think our intentions were in the right place, but just the way that first quarter started, we really didn't deserve really to be in the game down the stretch. In the fourth quarter, obviously Kay made a lot of tough shots and a lot of great plays to keep us close. And if he can continue to do what